What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And listen, if you guys have watched my channel enough, you've heard me mention this multiple times. What kind of movies am I down for besides horror? Okay, when it comes to like the action genre, I'm in there, man. Beat 'em up, blow 'em up, shoot 'em up. Let's go. Okay, I'm all about that life I am in. Anytime you show me a hardcore, hard R action movie, okay, no holds barred, no punches pulled, okay, we're eviscerating motherfuckers left and right. That's what I'm here for. John motherfucking Wick. Oh my God, Chapter 4 blew the. I just got through watching this film, and listen, let's talk about something other than the drama going on over there in Marvel, okay, and DC and Star Wars and all of that crap. All right, let's talk about something that's fun to talk about. All right, for a change. John Wick Chapter 4 blazes to 168 million global launch. All right, I had to wait to see this with my son, so I'm like, hey man, I'm watching this with you. We're gonna just hold off and we'll watch this thing together. And man, I had a absolute blast watching this movie, man. Definitely my favorite movie of the year so far. I'll have some sort of a review. I'm just going to throw up real quick thoughts on that, so keep an eye out for that. But man, this movie, I was just talking to T about this too. Me and T were talking about what is it that Hollywood needs right now, right? And I was saying, you know what we don't get anymore, right? We don't get like that hardcore action, super hard R, where like the old Schwarzenegger, movies from the 80s, right? You had some Schwarzenegger movies from the 80s that was just dynamite, man. I love those. Or you had Sylvester Stallone, right? Or you had, Action Jackson, and you had all of these different types of movies that came out. That was with Carl Weathers. And I mean, you just wanted, I'm like, let's return back to that, the Commandos and the Raw Deal, right? Where Schwarzenegger would just grab your arm, chop it off with a machete. I mean, that was just like, yeah, let's get back to that kind of stuff. That's basically what John Wick is. And that's why, in my opinion, John Wick is dominating the box office right now, because he's giving people stuff they haven't gotten in a while. Not only that, but it's original content, right? These are original stories. It's not an adaptation of anything, okay? It's not based on a comic book or a novel, all right? It's just based on this particular universe and where it took place, all right? And it's just the next chapter, Chapter 4. It's like you're turning the pages in a book, okay? And people are into this stuff. It's just every movie is just getting better and better. The stunts are better. This thing is 2 hours and 45 minutes or 2 hours and 50 minutes, something like that. Doesn't even feel like it, all right? Feels like you're just sitting there, and next thing you know, oh shit, it's over, all right? I am absolutely loving this series 1000%, man. I can't wait to see the next one or whatever they're going to do here, because it's definitely going to keep going. But let's go ahead and check out what it did box office wise. It was a bow wow wow start for Lionsgate Thunder Road Films, 8711. John Wick Chapter 4 with 137.5 million global this session. Of that, 64 million is estimated from 71 international box office markets. All were number one starts, and cumulatively are 73% above John Wick Chapter 3's John Wick 3 Parabellum's 2019 launch. This is a fantastic debut for the Forkwell. The films in this series have previously staggered overseas rollout, and this is the widest day-and-date release internationally. The well-reviewed movie is a nice salve for theaters, yeah. The theater I went to was 100% packed. I think there was like one seat next to me that was empty, but everywhere else, jam-packed. People were enjoying the hell out of this thing. The UK was the biggest play this session, 6.7 million, 56% ahead of John Wick 3. Germany, one of the Wick movies' most faithful, made an estimated 5.5 million, good for 64% over John Wick 3. Australia, of course, did well. Russia did well. Everybody, just Mexico, India. I mean, you just keep going down the line, man. Everybody all over the world absolutely loved this particular film. And again, this is what Hollywood needs to start focusing on, okay? Not a superhero movie, all right? You don't know what the hell is going to happen. You don't know who's popping up. We don't know when Donnie Yen is, we seen Donnie Yen in the trailers. We see some other people in the trailer. We know nothing about these characters, okay? It's not like a comic book movie where as soon as you see a face and you hear a name, oh shoot, I can go to Wikipedia and type it up and learn all about these characters and everything before I even see them on the screen. All right? No, you're forced to actually go to the movie and sit there and watch it to learn all about these particular characters, okay? And these characters, they're building out a great universe too. The universe of John Wick is very, very fascinating, okay? It's fascinating, and I love the way they tell these films, all right? This storytelling style is just interesting from the fact that these other secondary characters, right? They're the ones telling you the story and filling in the blanks for what this world is, all right? John Wick is just like a straight guy going through wiping people out. But we get all of the backstory and all of the information about the high table and this whole world, the Continental and everything. We get all of that filled in by the other characters who are there basically to give you kind of the explanation. Okay, well, this is what this is about, or this is what you have to do in order to do this, or whatever. And you as the audience are learning that along with like kind of like John Wick. John Wick kind of knows this stuff, but he's just constantly being reminded of, oh, hey, you know what? You fell out of favor with them. You're going to have to do this to get back in. Okay, do you understand what this means? Yeah. You know, it's like, that's how this thing goes. It is kind of interesting. I enjoy the way that they tell these stories. But yeah, I mean, box office wise, this thing is killing it. And you can see it right there. Okay, and these are just the preliminary numbers. I have a feeling this thing is going to go up to 138 million or even higher once the final numbers come in from the international market. But yeah, $73 million domestically, okay? 73.5, probably going to hit the 74 million mark. I mean, that's just phenomenal news. And again, maybe this will signal to Hollywood, hey, you know, people want these kind of films, okay? It's its own franchise, all right? Kind of like how Die Hards used to be, okay? It's its own franchise. We're just going to tell stories right here. We're not going to try to connect it to some other, you know, cinematic universe. It's its own cinematic universe, all right? They'll be doing some kind of a Continental spinoff. I think I heard that that's coming soon. I haven't heard a lot about it, but I know that there's some sort of a Continental spinoff they're going to do. So there's that. There's a ton of side characters. If they wanted to spin them off, they could. But honestly, I think right here is where they could stay. I mean, John Wick is just super fun, man. I love this series, all right? This thing is exactly, again, beat them up, blow them up, shoot them up. Let's fucking go. I'm happy. I'm in absolute movie heaven with this thing. But what do you guys think about the box office performance of John Wick Chapter 4, man? It's looking dynamite, all right? Marvel and all the rest of these cats got to be kind of scratching their heads like, damn, how come we can't do this type of stuff? We got all of these big name franchise, you know, IPs, and we can't turn around and do a bonzo number like this, okay? And this thing is going to go nowhere but up. I have a feeling this is going to end up somewhere in the neighborhood over 400 to 500 million dollars, okay? Because I'm going to see this thing a couple of more times. I can guarantee you that. I'll be seeing it, and I know other people will probably want to go and catch it a second time themselves. But anyway, you guys go ahead, jump down in the comments, give me your thoughts and your opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.